This video tutorial today, I'm going to be walking you through on how to capitalize with the arbitrage trading opportunity using the P2P market. So generally, the P2P market is also known as what we call the peer-to-peer market. It is a marketplace whereby traders come to exchange their local currency to virtual currency, or exchanging their virtual currency back to the local currency. So all of that can be done with the help of the P2P market. That's the more reason I'm going to be using it in this scenario to show you how to exchange your own local currency to another country local currency and see how to capitalize with the little differences. And keep in mind, all of this can be done with a country that is slightly related to your own country. Okay, in this case, we are going to be doing it based off of the Nigeria country and another country called Ghana. Although it can still be done on other currency like United States, with Australia, with various countries. But in this case, I'm going to be emphasizing it specifically to the Nigeria currency, but it's also applicable to pretty much any country you could think of, provided it is related to each other. So let's quickly dive right straight into the video. First of all, click on assets. But before we go any further, keep in mind all of this is not guaranteed. Like basically, it might work for you, it might definitely not work at all. It all lies on you putting in the work and the effort to do it, because apparently the results might actually vary. So in overall, treat this as an educational content or for entertaining sake. Do not take it as a financial advice. Having putting out that disclaimer out of the way, let me show you how to utilize this right off the back. And do also hit the like button, okay, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so that you will not get to miss our subsequent videos like this, because apparently we come up with videos weekly or daily depending on the schedule. So first of all, click on assets and then you click on deposits. Okay, once you click on deposits, you're going to see where it says P2P. Then you equally click on the P2P trading. So like I've told you, the P2P market is available in pretty much any country you could think of. If you click on this very section called NGN, in this case mine is on NGN by default because that's the country I'm currently in. So as you can see, there are various countries, like we have Australia, we have Canada, we have Zimbabwe, we have Europe, we have Ghana cities, we have Kenya, Cameroon, any country you could think of, it is on the P2P market. So in this case, I'm going to be doing it based off of the Ghana cities and the Nigeria currency, because like I've told you, they are slightly related to each other. So the currency might actually have a little differences. That's the more reason we are trying to look for a way to, take an advantage of the little differences on these P2P markets of these various countries. So first thing first, you can see the Ghana cedis is currently trading for 12.08. Okay, 12.08, and that means that 1 USDT to Ghana cedis on this very Bybit P2P is at 12.08. So if we are going to now exchange this currency between each other, here is how we are going to be doing it. We're going to be looking for a way to spot opportunities. So if we should take for an instance, let us do this with what we call like an amount of like 50,000 naira for an instance. That's the limit, the lowest limit. So if you're going to be buying that of a limit of 50,000 naira, let me click on buy on anyone at all, and make sure when you're buying, you're looking at the person. The person has to be online. Basically, this one is currently not online. So I will still need to scroll. I do love trading with individuals. All these institutions might be probably like people that has a lot of money, and their money might not even be clean at all. So try to buy it with people like you. Okay, that's the best way out. Don't try to buy with individuals that are institutional. Look for individuals that are basically like you. But that's not really the case, because whichever way you want to buy your USDT with your Naira, it is still dependent on you. But basically, have USDT on your Bybit account. In this case, I'm going to be using about, let's say for an instance, let me buy it with about let's say 160,000 Naira, like the startup capital of about 160,000 Naira. So put in about 160,000 Naira there. Currently, the price of USDT to Naira is about, or the price of Naira to dollar, of Naira to the USDT is about 1.418.99. And if you should look, we're going to be getting about $112.75 when we use a capital of 160,000 Naira to do this. So now, after buying the USDT, we're going to be selling that USDT to Ghana cedis. Okay, and on Ghana cedis, remember 112, let me write that down so I will not forget. 112.75, right? 112.75. Okay, the first step of being profitable in arbitrage trading is to do your calculations. This will help you know the overall outcome of this. And by the way, the mentorship is still ongoing, because before now, some students on the mentorship are already taking an advantage of this opportunity I'm about to share to you. So if you're interested in getting access to my mentorship, the link in signing up is going to be my DM. So send a DM to my WhatsApp number. I'm going to get you through the entire process. Having said that, let's now sell that initial 112.75 USDT to Ghana cedis. Keep in mind, we are still in a process of, knowing how this is going to look like at the end of the day, if it is going to be profitable or not, because in some days it might be profitable, in some days it might not be, depending on how the market looks like based off of the rates, by the way. So right now, the limit of this very one, we're going to be looking for the lowest limit, which we're going to be sticking to this very one called 12.08, which is about 500 cedis. This very one, 500 cedis, lowest limit. So right now, we're going to now see how this is going to work. So if you're going to be selling your crypto, previously it was on fiat, so switch it to crypto, this very one, yeah. So in this case, we're going to be using 112.75. So this is how it's going to look like. We're going to be getting, let me still write that down. We're going to be getting about what? 1,362.02 Ghana cedis with that initial 112.75. And this money will be transferred to either your Momo account, which is your MTN mobile account, or your Voodoo Funds card. Basically, you still need a friend in Ghana that will receive this money for you. Basically, that's where you will need to be very careful, because I see a lot of people doing it with strangers. Don't do it with anybody that you do not trust, because they might basically try to, trick you out of your money. So after then, the last step is for your friend to now sell that Ghana cedis that he has received in his account to what we call Naira. Okay, so the process of exchanging this to Naira is simple. Let me show you something. Let me show you the way it will use in exchanging. The way people do use in exchanging this currency from MTN Mobile or Momo account or any account you receive these Ghana cedis in, you're going to be selling it to all these how will I put it, all these bureau de change, these trade exchangers. Okay, because this money can now be withdrawn to a physical Ghana cedis, or either you transfer it to another Momo account from your initial Ghana Momo account. So this person will now give you the equivalent of that Ghana cedis in Naira. And the exchange rate, currently the general exchange rate that the wise.com website, this is the rate that pretty much everybody usually uses, because this is what we call the black market rates. So in this case, if you're exchanging your initial Ghana cedis using that rate of 1362.02, that should give you about 168,000 naira. Look at that. So we started at about 160. Right now we've made about 8,000 naira on top. So that's how this works. Although, keep in mind, there are fees in sending from Momo to Momo. Basically, if you're sending from a Momo account to another Momo account, you're going to pay like, I think, 2 cedis or 3 cedis or 1 cedis, depending on how large the amount is. And also, the person that will probably transfer this money might probably charge you some additional fees. So try to seek for all those charges. Try to tell them how much you are going to deduct so that you can know your overall outcome. But if eventually, I think if at least 3,000 naira is taken out of this, you're still going to be making money. And imagine doing that up to like 10 times or 20 times in a row. That should be a very good way to make little money. Although the profit is not that huge, but if you do it consistently over time, you're going to be seeing some good results. So if you have any question and you want to get access to my personal mentorship, and I'll guide you through, I'll give you all necessary contacts that will get you through this entire process, hit me up. My number is going to be in the description below. Having said that, that'll be all for now.